Sports Universe to an episode of the newly named No Offseason podcast. I am Ryan, and with me is Jordan and Bryant today. There is no Cam. He is out for business in San Diego, probably living his best life, so we're going to hold it down. And boys, we're on the tube. We're on YouTube. What's up?
Team Jelly Walker, let's go. College balls here.
That's interesting. Bryant?
What's up?
Bryant's just like, yeah, what's up? This man
Yeah.
right here talking about Jelly Walker.
Best name in basketball.
Oh, man. So, again, first stream on YouTube. We've transitioned.
What's up, YouTube?
And a new name. It is not kicking it with the boys no more.
Nah, we had to upgrade a little bit.
No off-season podcast, which means we're not taking weeks off. We're going to talk about football and basketball all the damn time. We might talk about some baseball when it comes to it.
But we're going to talk baseball.
But this is a weekly thing. We're not seasonal. It's no off-season, baby.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time. Fellas, how was your weekend?
Hey, can't complain. My football team's still 8-0, which is good. Phillies couldn't pull through, but, what are you going to do? At least I had November baseball. But other than that, I can't complain.
Philly sports lost 2 championships in the same day.
We didn't have to go there already.
But we did.
I mean, the union had me invested for the game. I was getting animated by myself, and I don't know a damn thing about soccer.
Okay.
Very low scoring.
I'm glad you said that game and not in general, because I didn't hear you say a damn word about the union at all.
Hell no. The only reason I knew they were playing was because they were talking about it on the radio.
That's fair.
Yeah, no.
Which kind of sucks, because soccer games are lit.
Yeah, no, I definitely got to go to some Union games next year because that LA crowd looked feisty, and I was like, that is awesome.
Yeah.
So
I'll totally go to some Union games. But and then hey, we spent a good bit of Sunday together watching the NFL games.
Yes, we did.
Yep. Some
Brian.
Say it. Chili.
Bryant here's a chili expert, and I had 2 very good lunches so far this week. I thank you, good friend.
Anytime.
I won't lie. I saw the shredded cheese in the fridge, and I was like, "Why the fuck do we have shredded cheese in the fridge?" And I totally forgot it was the chili.
Yep. It was money. It was money.
Oh man.
But
freaking good old gained an hour of sleep. Now it's getting dark at 5 o'clock.
Yes, we did. It's my time to thrive. I'm a psycho. It's okay. I am an
Maybe that's the last time that ever happens.
It is, yeah. Next year there's no daylight savings, yeah.
Well, okay, so this is the last time, so it's always gonna be dark at 5?
Well, no, we're not gonna turn our clocks back.
Yeah, we go ahead once. Last time
and
going
that's
back.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not messing with the clocks ever again.
That's what I thought. Okay. I was like, wait, I thought we go forward one more time.
Dark at 6 and then call it a day.
I'll take it.
That's the earliest it'll be, but
I'll freaking take it. I will take it, man.
All day.
Pretty friggin' much. I didn't want to get into sports right away. I just want to see how you boys are living. You know.
Hey man, we're all still breathing and blinking, so that's a good thing.
It's like one of the whitest things you could say.
You know what? As I said it, I realized it too, so it's okay.
I swear I watched so many videos where it's like things that white people say. It's always just living the dream. Oh, another day, another
$1.
The
amount of times I catch myself saying that and hear other people saying it, I'm very cautious of it now.
I am too.
Very cautious of it. So.
Oh man. Yep. Oh man. Well, we had a little bit of technical difficulties before this too.
We did.
We had some mic issues and we had some camera issues, but it looks like everything's panned out. We're on ready to freaking go.
We're apologize for being a couple minutes late, people. Forgive
Oh yeah.
us.
Oh yeah.
Got
A
it
couple
figured
months
out.
later. Yep, a little bit. Also noted ahead of time, there will be no podcast on Thursday. Again, Cam is out in San Diego, so he will not be able to. And then Jordan and I have a friend's wedding on Thursday, so this is the only podcast for the week. A little upsetting since it's our first one on YouTube, and we can only go once in the first week. But we will be back to Tuesdays and Thursday next week.
Sir.
And
Yes,
I
sir.
believe the whole gang will be here next week.
That's
Yep.
right. Everybody will be back in town.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned. With that being said, let's get into what we love, what we thrive on, and that is sports.
Yes, we do.
And gentlemen, we had week 9 in the NFL, and we're gonna recap every game and just talk and put little bullet points out, maybe what we saw during the game, or what we think about some of the teams that played in that game. So we're gonna start off first. Let's start off with I guess you could say it was the upset of the week. The New York Jets beat the Buffalo Bills 20-17. Very good game, and I think it shocked a lot of people that the Jets beat the Bills without Brees Hall or anything. I thought people were expecting the downfall of the Jets.
Hey man, Saleh wasn't kidding when he said he's keeping receipts. He knew something we didn't. He knew this team. That their defense is really good. They were able to put pressure on Josh Allen early, and I mean, as it's come out in the past few days, they got to his elbow. His elbow seems to be a little messed up. So, but they left their imprint, man. That Jets team, that defense is for real. The offense, I think, you still want to see if they're for real or not. I think they're still probably a quarterback away, but they got something building over there. Finally,
Yeah, it looks like a good team. I think once Brees Hall comes back and they actually do have a quarterback, like you said, uh, definitely some contenders. But Zach Wilson definitely is not it.
he's too busy trying to find mobs.
That's what I'm kind of wondering. It's obvious when you watch this team, Zach Wilson's more than likely not it.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen it so far. I don't know if you guys have. I think the consensus is probably a bust.
Trending that way for sure.
But if the Jets make the playoffs or anything, like, are they really going to go out and look for a quarterback?
That's true. And isn't their offensive line kind of banged up right now?
Yeah.
Aren't they they're missing two of their young starters. And Mekhi Becton's a legit nice left tackle. So
yeah, but he can't stay healthy so far.
yeah, that's a big boy too.
And then Elijah Vera Tucker is also out for the year too.
Yeah, so I think you have to attribute some offensive line issues probably to stunting Wilson's growth, but we'll see.
I mean, like you said, he's got Brees Hall, who's hurt right now. Good Michael Carter. Tyler Conklin is a good tight end. Garrett Wilson is shown to be a very nice wide receiver, probably wide receiver 1 in the future, if not already wide receiver 1.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they're doing with Elijah Moore. Couldn't tell you.
Does he want to be there anymore? I think it's already shown.
I mean, from what he said, no.
Yeah. But does that change if they win?
I mean, they've been winning. I mean, still, he doesn't get targeted. Zach Wilson doesn't throw him the ball.
Zach Wilson doesn't really throw anyone the ball, to be honest with you.
I mean, Garrett Wilson saw a lot of targets.
Catches.
Yeah, but
completion.
He had 8 catches for 92 yards.
How many targets did he have?
I don't have that up.
At least 8.
Probably like 10, 11. He was pretty accurate when it was to him.
That boy gets open. He gets open.
But like I said, that Jets defense is fun to watch.
Sauce.
I think if we did like an NFL underrated players, you put Quentin Williams under there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
CJ Mosley.
He's one of the most underrated linebackers in the league.
And now you have Sauce. I think you have like bona fide superstars in every level.
Oh yeah.
Young. Well, CJ Mosley's he's a little older.
Close. I think he's close to 30. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think
He's still balling. He's still balling though.
I mean, Quentin Williams and Sauce Gardner. I don't know why I said it like that.
all those young draft picks are starting to pan out. So
finally. Yeah, on the other end, the Bills look beatable. Josh Allen after the game said it's hard to win when your quarterback plays like shit.
Hey,
So,
he owned it at least.
which I think all of us loved seeing that. You know, I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm a Bill. I like to see the Bills be super successful. I want the Bills to get to the Super
no,
Bowl.
I'm saying Josh Allen holding himself accountable, calling himself
Oh,
shit.
oh yeah,
Yeah, no,
absolutely.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
100%.
let's
I
face
love
it,
when
the quarterbacks definitely have that cockiness to them, which we will
robot
talk about some other quarterbacks here soon.
robotic answers.
Yeah, and it's very rare that they sit there and they say, "Yeah, oh shit."
Love the honesty. Love it.
Yeah, that was a low scoring game. That was a good game, and that the AFC East is a 3-way race
Wide open.
by half a game. Miami 6-3, Jets 6-3, Buffalo 6-2.
Who
So
would have thought that?
I definitely thought Miami could keep up with Buffalo.
Yeah.
I definitely thought that, but the Jets is a very welcoming surprise. And I won't
100%.
lie, there's so many times seeing when people say, "Oh, when New York teams or LA teams are better, it's better for the sport." I used to hate it, but I mean, the Jets being good, the Giants being good, the Bills being good, it's good for the NFL. It is
I
good
just
for
want
the NFL.
I just want the Jets to be good because I feel like I've rarely in my lifetime seen them be good.
I don't think I've ever seen it be good.
I mean, you had the 2-year stretch with
So
Mark Sanchez.
Rex Ryan, yeah, those teams were always really competitive.
The early 2000s Jets were fun.
Curtis, everyone's favorite, Martian Martin.
Wayne Corbett, Keyshawn.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's very, very spaced out when they're good, and when they're bad, they're bad. So
very bad. Very
yeah,
bad. But yeah,
that's
that's probably upset of the week. I'm not sure. Definitely a good
Definitely.
game. Second game was an absolute slaughter. And the Bengals 42, Panthers 21. This game was 35-0 at halftime.
audit.
You did. You did. That
I
was on your
did.
parlay. Which
That
you're
was.
actually 2-0. You're 2 and
I
0
I need to
on the
start
picks.
betting.
Just don't. Just don't.
Don't do it.
Beginners luck.
Don't
Beginners
do
luck.
it.
It's all right.
Just don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Joe Mixon, 5 tutties.
5 tutties.
5 tutties.
Performance of the year.
And
Yeah.
and I think it was a performance I think the Bengals needed after that showing on Monday Night Football against the Browns, where they just looked like they were dominated from beginning to end. And then
Can
the
you believe that
Panthers,
he got me 61 points and I still lost in fantasy?
That's a dude.
Ow.
How?
That hurts.
Yeah,
How?
that's a
Everyone
viable
else
question.
sucks.
Joe Mixon had more points than my entire fantasy team put together.
I,
That's how
well,
bad. That's how bad my team
Well,
was.
see, the problem is it's a 2 quarterback league. And it's-
That'll do it. Yeah.
Do you have a win in your fantasy league, by the way?
Me?
Yeah, you, Jordan.
I got two.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say,
Now,
I'm like,
where the other players have players on bye weeks in their lineup, yeah, but we're not going to talk about that.
Win's a win,
yeah,
baby.
my whole team was on bye.
Yeah, it was Buymageddon. I think this week in
Yes.
week 14 is Buymageddon.
Yeah,
But yeah, so we had that. Obviously Joe Burrow and company didn't really need to throw that much, and then on the other end, the Panthers look like one of the worst teams in football, which I
not
think
surprising.
I think the Matt Rule leaving honeymoon lasted 1 week, and now it's back to you guys are trash.
Yeah.
PJ
I mean, how
Walker,
many? I was gonna say, how many quarters did PJ Walker play? 3?
like
2?
2.5?
2.5. 2.5. Yeah. Because Baker came back.
Because he had 9 passing yards in the first half. and
2.6
200
QBR.
All
yeah.
I'm saying is he can go back to the XFL and be the MVP again. That's totally cool.
Oh,
That's all
definitely.
I'm saying.
Well, apparently he's still the starter.
We'll see how long that lasts. Is Darnold out all year? Like,
No,
is he like
got activated?
done? Oh, okay. Well, then soon we're about to see Darnold playing. I'm just saying that out there.
Probably, but I mean, at this point you're 2-7. I'm calling it a day, and I'm looking at one of them quarterbacks.
They're taking a quarterback.
Absolutely,
There will be a young signal caller wearing Panther colors next year, as well as Atlanta. and a few other teams. Yes.
Let's see.
I feel like Atlanta messes up again and actually steals
Listen, if they
Baker Mayfield.
We're definitely going to talk.
We like what we saw from the
Jesus.
guy.
Yeah.
I'm taking Mariota over Mayfield.
Yeah.
But will Atlanta?
That's,
Do you see how they use Kyle Pitts? I
listen,
think they're a-okay with.
I think
I don't think Arthur Blank knows anything.
No.
I think Arthur Smith is totally okay with Mariota as quarterback. He's like, he can run. He's good. It's fine. I don't need to throw. I have Prince Cordero Patterson back here.
Who needs to go downfield?
Yeah, not much to say about that game. Bengals just did what they had to do. Going to the bye week 5-4. Again, Panthers are 2-7. They're going to be a top 5 pick at worst.
Easy.
Going to be looking for that quarterback, which they desperately needed. And
Will Levis, come on down.
That's pretty much it that I got for that game. I don't really have a lot on that game. If you guys,
there's
have
not
anything
much.
to put in.
Not Joe Mixon. That's it.
Joe Mixon. Yeah.
That's all I got to say.
I mean that's fair. Oh boy, this game. We watched too much of this game for it to be complete shit.
Oh yeah, Bryant, your pick of the week, baby.
Brian's pick of the week.
That over, slap it.
We took the over on the Lions-Packers game, and it was totally opposite. The Detroit Lions beat the Green Bay Packers 15-9. Where do we even? I mean, congrats to the Lions for winning.
Here, ready?
Somebody had to win.
Here's some stats for you, real quick. All right,
hit me with it.
Let's go.
Aaron Rodgers, 23 of 43. Okay.
Yep.
Right.
291 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions.
Bad interceptions too.
All 3 interceptions were in the red zone.
Yes, they were.
Okay.
Were they?
Now,
I thought that one was a deep ball.
Well, it was picked off in the red zone.
Okay, gotcha.
The leading rusher. Can you tell me who that is?
Was it
Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
40 yards.
Because I think Jones and Dillon didn't even break 30.
Aaron Jones, what a pickup in fantasy.
What a miserable freaking game.
Hey, listen, I'll give you props though. You were in it till the bitter end. You were saying there's still time, and
I was saying there was still time when the time was out.
Yeah, no,
True.
Yeah.
That's true.
That was a bad performance, bad football all around.
Just think, if those 3 touchdowns were not in the red zone, or 3 interceptions were not in the red zone, we would have covered.
Yeah, possibly. But you also look. I watched this game. This is the game that Green Bay should have won. Even watching the game, like you said, three interceptions in the red zone. One was on the 1 yard line, and the other one was inside the 5. So, I mean, even if you get 2 field goals out of that, you're forcing overtime at least. Aaron Rodgers doesn't look like the quarterback of old, which we're going to get into a little bit later. I mean, this is a super winnable game for Green Bay, and they lost, taking them to 3-6. I think they're cooked.
Yeah,
and
I mean they moved the ball really well. They just kept stalling in the red zone.
Yeah, from what I've seen from Green Bay, is again, Aaron Rodgers is not Aaron Rodgers. He does not have the receiving core that he did with Devontae Adams as a safety blanket. Their best player is Aaron Jones, and for some reason, they try to make it seem like Aaron Rodgers is 32-year-old Aaron Rodgers, MVP Aaron Rodgers. Granted, he's coming off an MVP last year, but you can visibly see he's not the same quarterback. How do you not get your best player the ball repeatedly?
I wish I had an answer for you. I really did. I don't know
Yeah.
what we don't know if Matt LaFleur disappeared in the offseason and we have his doppelganger on the sideline this year. We don't know what's going on.
I get it. You paid him a shit ton of money in the offseason.
Yeah.
So I get that. Like, hey, we want to get our money's worth. He's obviously not worth that. I mean, Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon were probably coming into the season behind Hunt and Chubb, the best 1-2 combo in the league.
Easy.
And there's games where neither one of them are getting 10 touches. And I'm like, dude, Like, that opens up play action. If Aaron Jones is getting 9 carries for 22 yards, no one's biting on play actions. And guess what? You don't have receivers that can get open.
You would think, being where they are and the weather they are, and knowing that come playoff time, it is cold, snowy, windy. You got to win by running the ball. The fact that they don't commit to running the ball is baffling when you have two exceptional talents back there. But we're also seeing their lack of a desire to get any legit outside weapons and not spending first round picks on wide receivers or tight ends. I mean,
Or
this is
running
what you get.
backs.
Anybody on the offense, not a quarterback.
I don't. What's the last year? 2004?
Something like that.
I'm pretty sure there hasn't been one skill receiver taken in the first round while Aaron Rodgers has been a quarterback for Green Bay.
No, that's a legit stat. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a stat that's absolutely mind-boggling because you've made that franchise around him. And granted, you've been lucky. You've had Jordy Nelson, you've had Greg Jennings, you've had Jermichael Finley, you've had Aaron Jones, you've had Devontae Adams. You've gotten really lucky, but
Yeah. Got a lot of receivers,
damn,
actually.
man. I mean, the last 3-4 years, instead of taking cornerbacks, which their cornerbacks have panned out, so like can't hate on
They
it
have, yeah.
exactly. But like,
Mhm.
man, if you gave Aaron Rodgers a solid number 2 outside of Devontae Adams
Right.
the last few years, I mean, whew, just look at the wide receivers that are taken last end of the first round, early second round the last few years.
Right.
I mean, I think Green Bay has another Super Bowl if they actually gave him another weapon.
For sure.
But on the other hand, the Lions are the ones that won the game, and Green Bay, I guess, is the more talked about team. You know, the Lions did what they had to do, forced turnovers, and Mr. Williams in the backfield continues to play well. I thought he was
They got pieces in Detroit. They really do.
Yeah, until
At
he
least
traded
off
Hawkinson.
yeah, that one we're still figuring out what that was. Offensively, they got some pieces. Defensively, they're still trying to find a player that's a legit NFL talent on that defensive side of the ball. Oh, I lied. Aiden Hutchinson is going to be a stud. So that's a good building block. They just got to get more.
I think Akuta's been good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lions 2-6. What do you do, baby?
Dan Campbell effect.
Next one. Thank God I didn't watch this game. Patriots 26, Colts 3.
Woo! I mean, what a game.
I don't really know what to say about the Colts, to be honest with you. I mean, obviously.
Oh, we're getting into the Colts after.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
We'll dive into that one.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah. What a game. Sure. Like,
yeah, that's it. Just what a game.
I don't know. I don't even know if I could say it. Well, I mean, what is there to talk? Like, we didn't.
I mean, yeah.
What was there to talk?
I mean, Patriots defense did what they did. They were one of the best defenses in the league. Matthew Judon.
There you go. That's what Matthew Judon, one of the more underrated guys in the NFL. That dude gets to the quarterback consistently.
Leads the NFL in sacks. You won't hear his name ever.
He had 3, right? This game?
Maybe. I know he had at least 2.
He was back there. Sam Ellinger knew that dude very well.
Well, there was 9 sacks altogether. So
Jesus.
Yeah, Bill Belichick knows how to coach defense still, I'll say that.
Yeah. I mean, you look at the Colts. No Jonathan Taylor. You bench Matt Ryan for Sam Ellinger. I mean, the offensive line has been a freaking... Jeez. I don't even know a word that I want to use for them.
Well, I mean, like I said, we'll dive into that in a little bit, but
yeah.
Do you know
what a franchise?
His yards, Sam Ellinger's yards.
Didn't he have
this week?
Just over 100?
103.
Yeah, he didn't have much time back there.
103.
And his first completion wasn't until the second quarter, right?
Yeah, I believe that's right. And again, the leading rusher was the quarterback at 39 yards.
Of course it is.
I mean, how many teams were led by their quarterback this week? That's what I want to know.
Oh, well, I know there's at least one more.
Yeah.
Led-
we're
hold
not
on,
gonna
hold
get
on.
there yet, but there's
Led
one
or
more.
demised by their quarterback.
Oh, shut up. All right. But yeah, I mean, yeah, the Colts are a freaking train wreck incoming.
Dumpster fire.
Absolutely. I mean, Michael.
One man's fault.
Michael Pittman, man. Michael Pittman is about it. Well, Jonathan Taylor too, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait until. Oh yeah, we're gonna get into it. Anyways, yeah, 26-3. Patriots 5-4, dead last in the AFC East, but they're right there. And the Colts go down 3-5-1. Next game, the Los Angeles Chargers. I always want to call them San Diego still. Go to Atlanta and squeak one out, 20-17. Chargers now 5-3. The Falcons are 4-5. Give me some thoughts.
I think with not having a wide receiver core, it went pretty well. I mean, he threw, I think, 245 yards to basically Palmer and Carter, and then Everett dropped a couple passes.
Austin Eckler is still a beast. I'll say that. One of the more wacky plays when we thought he was down, maybe he wasn't down. He was down by like the tip of his elbow on that one play.
Where he rolled over the top of the defender.
Yeah, like it was like a weird game, but the Chargers went out east and got a dub.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, you had that play, and then you also had the play where the ball got fumbled, and then returned, and then fumbled again.
Yeah, this was the game of wacky plays.
Yeah,
it was wacky.
That was like the NFL Films game where you have the music in the background.
Fumble after fumble.
Man.
See, that's like a play that I would love to hear Chris Berman do. Just the thought process over it. Yes. But I mean, the Falcons 4-5, but Falcons outside of the Bengals game, they're right there at the end of every game.
They control the clock with how much they run the ball. I'll say that.
I was gonna say, I mean, it has a lot to do with Algier right now, and obviously Patterson's back, and he was doing what Patterson does, I guess, whatever that is.
On my bench.
And then, I mean, Mariota missed Kyle Pitts wide open for a long touchdown, which could have been, I mean, that could have flipped the game. More than likely would have flipped the game as well. But, for the Chargers, for as bad as it's been for the Chargers injury-wise and just play-wise, being 5-3 is not the worst. You're a game behind the Chiefs for the division. So, I think it could be worse. It could be a lot better. And who knows when? I mean, Mike Williams, I still think has a few weeks. Keenan Allen, at this point,
Who knows?
I don't think Keenan Allen comes back this year.
Who knows what his deal is?
I mean
that dude's
hamstring.
Hamstring issues usually last all year too.
Yeah, and
guys lingers.
I think it was before the bye. It was before the bye. He tried to come back, played a little bit, re-aggravated it, and then came out and said, unless I'm 100%, I will not step foot out there. So you might not have Keenan Allen.
No, I don't think you do.
You might not have that the rest of the year. I mean, you might.
Yeah.
If that's his stance, I don't think he's playing.
And then again, I mean, J.C. Jackson's out for the year. Bosa's been hurt. So I guess being 5-4 could be worse.
Turf Monster's getting a lot of dudes this year.
Yep.
Oh yeah, and players are getting real vocal. Which I actually listened to the New Heights podcast, which is Travis Kelce and Jason Kelce, and they actually got into that. And I mean, Travis is a very ho-hum, happy-go-lucky guy. Boy, he did not hold back on turf. He did not hold back on it.
I mean, some stadiums, it's like, how do you, like the Lions Stadium, for example, how do you put natural grass in a dome stadium like that? Like,
aeration, you got to figure something out.
Like the Cardinals, at least they can roll the field out. They do it at Allegiant Stadium. They can roll the field out. There's nowhere to roll it in Detroit because, one, you're in the middle of downtown. Like, there's nowhere to even go with it. So some stadiums, I understand it, but yeah, other ones, it's just like, how logistically would that even work?
And then how bad is Chicago's
Grass.
Grass. Yeah.
Terrible.
I mean, it's the worst grass, and then people bitch about that. So no one's gonna win.
No,
No,
but
not
I
as
mean, I think players they say they want grass, so even if it's
go play in
shitty,
Chicago. Then we'll
even
take
if
Travis Kelsey.
even if it's shitty grass. I mean, Travis Kelsey legit said, "I would rather play in sleet, hail, and ice than play on turf." Like that's bad.
How many stadiums have grass? I think it's only 2.
No, there's definitely more than that. I don't know how
Every
much.
pretty much every outdoor stadium, I think, minus MetLife,
Yeah, I'm about to
is
say.
grass.
I think like only like
Ariz-
mainly dome.
Arizona, Texans, Raiders, they're all grass indoor.
Yeah.
So because they have the retractable roofs. So
Moving on, we had the battle of the 2 and 5s, where my Jacksonville Jaguars pulled one out, baby, on the
Dougie P, we love
on
you.
on the Las Vegas Raiders. I almost said Oakland. See, I keep doing it. I'll always do it. I'll always do it.
Those teams never moved in our heart.
27-20, the Jaguars moved to 3-6. The Raiders moved to 2-6. The Raiders shut out in the second half. It looked like they were up 20-0. They're up 20-0. Jacksonville scores 27 straight. This Raiders team, a lot of people preseason were talking about them.
I didn't realize Jacksonville scored 27 straight.
Yeah, it was 20-0.
Oh man.
I mean, Devontae Adams had 146 yards in the first quarter and a half, not 1 yard the rest of the game.
That's crazy. That's just nutty.
And you look at it, I mean, Derek Carr had 260 and 2 touchdowns, which is great. Devontae, 10 catches, 146, 2 touchdowns, it's great. All that in the first half. And then you look at it, Jacksonville has their number one back, Travis Etienne, 28 carries. 28 carries. Whew.
You don't see that anymore.
Especially with how his size, like that's
he's not a big dude.
He's not. 109 yards, 2 touchdowns. Christian Kirk, 8 catches, 76 yards and a touchdown. Trevor had 235 and a touchdown. It's a nice running game. Yeah. This is a game that the Jaguars usually lose, and for the first time in a long time, they closed out a game.
They pulled it out. Trevor Lawrence growing up in front of our eyes.
Thank God.
It's the Dougie P effect, man. I'm telling you.
Oh,
Next year, Dougie P's taking on the Super Bowl. He's got second year magic.
I don't know about all that.
I'll take playoffs.
I'm still holding on to my bold prediction, baby. They're going to make a run. Hey, that's why it's a bold prediction.
It was a bold prediction. Yeah.
Where are they running to?
The playoffs, baby.
Yeah, he said Jacksonville would make the playoffs.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, what, the Colts and the Texans are in front of you? More than the rest of the NFC, but
I mean,
they get to second place.
I mean, probably a long shot, but I mean, you look into next year, I don't see the Colts being a threat, and I don't see the Texans getting a threat. So, good chance you have a 2-team race next year. I mean, we have Calvin Ridley, who hopefully makes up, and then
Mr. Ridley.
But yeah, this Raiders team this year, oof.
Kind of funny. Go out and get a Devontae and just rock propel down. What happens when you get rid of Amari?
Yeah, McDaniels can't coach without Belichick.
Yeah, there's a lot of things with their. I think the interim coach last year, I can't remember his name.
They should have kept him.
Vinny? I can't remember his name. Yeah, they played amazing under that guy, and you're like, yeah, no, we're good. We're going to get Josh McDaniels, who's already failed once.
They wanted to be flashy.
And guess what? He's failing again.
Can't coach without Belichick.
Nope. And like Bryant said, you gave up draft picks for Devontae Adams, and you're a playoff team, and now you are one of the worst teams in football.
Well, they just cut one of their first-round picks 3 years ago, too, already.
I mean, they do that all the time.
Yeah.
Crazy.
They loved just giving
Farrell
away.
Still there? Is Clellan Farrell still there?
His 5th year got declined.
Oh.
So I think this is his last year. Josh Jacobs, they declined his 5th year.
Oh my God.
And then everyone else, they like I said, they released was it Abram?
Yeah, Abrams
today.
was released today. Yeah.
Henry Ruggs, we already know what that is.
That's just
And fuck, who was the lineman they just got rid of? Leatherwood.
Was it? Yeah.
Leatherwood. Yeah,
Yep.
they released him after 2 years. And you look at, I mean, to be fair, every time the Raiders pick in the first round, you're like, who the fuck is this? So I mean, it's warranted. It's warranted. They're the worst team drafting.
Yeah, first round drafting. But no, actually, you might be right. They might be the worst team drafting.
I mean,
Bears are pretty bad in the first round.
Well, listen, you got a new GM. You got a new GM now. Give him a chance.
Yeah, but one of your first rounders are on the team in 5 years. After this offseason, they're gonna have none in the last 5 years on their team.
And that's just straight. That's next level bad.
Yeah.
I mean, they've always done it. They've always been like, who is this? Like they took Darius Hayward Bay. Remember that in the top 10?
Yeah.
Everyone's
HB.
like, what the fuck?
Man. Michael Crabtree's sitting right there. They're like, nah, we're gonna go the guy from Maryland who just runs real fast.
And then Crabtree ends up being a Raider later on.
I know. Is that who was the last first round pick that they actually hit on?
Man, you'd have to look that up while we're talking.
Yeah,
I couldn't tell that at all, to be honest with you.
I have no idea.
I mean,
that's crazy.
Yeah, I definitely can't think, but I mean, damn, all the Raider fans thought that they were finally back to their winning ways, and pretty humbled pretty quick, if you ask me.
I would say so. I think you're pretty accurate there.
Yeah, very much so. Quick question. Is Derek Carr the quarterback of the Raiders next year?
I'm going to say probably, but he shouldn't be.
Draft his replacement.
If there's one to draft where they're at, well, do they have their own draft pick this year?
I mean, even if it's in the second round, you probably still.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a guy there, they should take a flyer on him, but will they? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Go Jags, baby. 3-6. Let's go.
Jags!
That's my fucking squad.
I mean, would you consider Amari Cooper a successful pick, even though he wasn't successful for them?
Yes.
All right, so then we went all the way back to 20.
But successful.
I mean, Josh Jacobs is also.
Josh Jacobs is good. You're right, but they're gonna let him go, which is a problem.
And then if you go the year behind that, I think it was Khalil Mack.
So... Oh, Khalil Mack. All right, Khalil Mack, legit. We'll give him that one. Okay. So 2014 was their last successful first round pick.
That's too long.
Almost a decade of terrible first round picks.
All right, let's move on to what I think was. I mean, besides the Jets and the Bills, this was the game of the week. Cam took this game, the over at 45.5, almost smacked in the first half. The Miami Dolphins go to 6-3, beat the Chicago Bears, who follow to 3-6, 35-32 in an absolute shootout of the game. And the player of the game was, hold on, I'll let the residential Chicago fan say who the player of the game was.
Say it, Brian.
Tua Tagovailoa.
Oh, that's such crap.
Nope. Say it.
Tua Tagovailoa.
Your franchise quarterback. Say it.
Justin Fields.
Baller.
Sunday was Justin Fields' day because he had a field day running all over the Miami Dolphins for a record by an NFL quarterback in the regular season. I'm not sure if it's all time. 178 yards rushing.
That's more than Michael Vick. That's more than Lamar Jackson, Randall Cunningham, Donovan McNabb, any other quarterback that's got wheels. Justin Fields is better than them all.
More than Peyton Manning, more than Tom Brady, more than Drew Brees, more than Johnny Unitas, more than anyone.
More than Steve McNair and Steve Young. You got your franchise quarterback, pal. 4K's going down.
Put Justin Fields in the Hall of Fame right now.
I'm feeling it.
Nah, absolutely.
Maybe the Buckeye Hall of Fame.
I mean, his jersey's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, 100%.
Most running yards in the game. His jersey is in the Hall of Fame.
Here's Nick Foles' jersey. Here's Justin Fields.
I was going to say, is Nick Foles a Hall of Fame quarterback?
His jersey's in the
Hall of Fame.
I mean,
if you ask Philadelphia fans, fuck yeah, he's probably top 5 all time.
To you.
People
To you.
think he's the best quarterback in franchise history. No, Nick Foles is not a Hall of Fame quarterback, but he's got a Hall of Fame jersey.
Yeah. For the records he broke.
Yeah, and Justin Fields is going to have a Hall of Fame jersey.
For one record that he broke. He
That's
also
fine.
has some of the he had 123 passing yards.
It's okay.
You don't have to
123.
pass when you're running for almost 200.
That's right. He was moving the ball, baby.
Still lost.
Made the Dolphins look silly, and also
No,
this
they
was
didn't.
this was a close game, like we all told you it was going to be. By the
They
way,
were in it. They were in it.
we told you it was
Still
going to be
lost.
close. Was close. We told you Justin Fields was going to torture them. He tortured them. We told you that Justin Fields was going to have a field day. He had a field day. We were right. You were wrong. Give Justin Fields his fucking credit. That's
Give
your
him the
starting
flowers.
quarterback.
Give him the flowers, Bryant. Give him the flowers.
They ran RPOs the entire game.
Hey, first off, Cole Kmet had 2 touchdowns as well. Cole Kmet finally woke up because Justin Fields played his ass off.
41
Goddamn
receiving
right.
yards.
And 2 tutties. For a tight
Okay.
end, that's great production from a tight end.
That's number 2 receiving yards for the Bears that game.
Okay.
43 was number 1 by Darnell Mooney.
Okay, that's
Right.
fine. And guess what? 178 was number 1 all time in NFL history.
That's right.
History.
And they still managed to lose that game.
And
Okay,
you got
that's because you don't have a defense.
Jaquan Brisker was a rookie. That's why. That's why they lost. He got picked on by the best receiver in football.
And if Aquinius
One of
St.
the
Brown
best
knew how to
receivers.
catch, guess what? The Bears probably win this freaking game.
This game was not on Justin Fields.
Anywho, let's turn it over to the Dolphins too. I mean, Tua just playing out of his mind. 302 yards, 3 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill does what Tyreek Hill does. 7 catches, 143 yards and a touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 5 catches, 85 yards and a touchdown. Jeff Wilson looked good. Raheem Mostert looked pretty good. I mean, this is a freaking...
They were running.
This is a freight train that's just going downhill right now.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of points in every single one of the games coming up they play in.
Oh, yeah. Easy.
Yeah, I mean...
Because they can't stop anyone, to be honest with you.
Pretty sure the only thing that could stop them right now is some of the weather they're probably going to face now that it's getting colder, because Tua's arm isn't the best in terms of strength, and I feel some of these stadiums he might have to go to with some wind. I'm intrigued to see what it looks like there, but I mean, they're putting up points, baby.
This isn't the best offense in the NFL. It's definitely got to be top 3. I mean,
Gonna say
Buffalo, Kansas City, Miami.
team right here is pretty freaking good. I'm sorry. Anyway,
Well, the Eagles' offense, yeah, I'll give them props.
I gotta say, Jalen Hurts is probably the MVP right now.
Until Tua comes around and plays the full season.
Yeah, if Tua doesn't get hurt, he's definitely in that convo for sure.
Oh, for sure.
And then, I mean, Mike McDaniels looks like a freaking great hire so far.
Yes, people, Tua is a good quarterback.
Speak it louder, baby.
Who was a good quarterback?
He's shown it. It's been proven.
All you idiots on Twitter. Sorry. I digress.
Actually, it's funny because it's kind of crazy. Some quarterbacks aren't gods right off the rip. And I think we got spoiled with Patrick Mahomes. We got spoiled with Justin Herbert. We get spoiled with all these quarterbacks who come in and they are able to play right away. Some quarterbacks take time to develop. It's okay. And Tua's showing you. It took me a few years. But guess what? Now the Dolphins are reaping all the benefits right now. You have one of the best offenses in the league. And Tua's playing. He's at least top 10 minimum this year.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Tua, Hurts, Allen, all those guys took a year or two to kind of get going.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm the biggest Jalen Hurts hater, I'll be honest, and he's playing better than I thought he could, to be honest with you. So,
I mean,
got to give him his props.
All 3 of those you just named year 3.
Yeah.
Which used to be the staple before all this. It used to be rookie year, guess what? The game's too fast for you.
Mm-hmm.
Year 2, showing signs, you're still making mistakes. It used to be year 3. What's your leap? And
Yeah.
people just, again, it's what have you done for me right now. And there's quarterbacks that are saying, hey, year 3, guess what? We're here. What's up? So,
Yeah.
makes me kind of wonder if Josh Rosen could have been something if he actually got a chance.
Yeah, that's man.
That guy got
That's
fucking screwed.
yeah. He went from team to team to team. It was whack.
Yeah, I think he got screwed. But anyways,
And then you got Gino.
The guy who was out of football for like 2 years, all of a sudden is playing at a good level. Like, come on now, Gino, baby.
Minnesota Vikings go to 7-1. They defeat the Commanders 4, who are dropped to 4-5. They beat them 20-17. This game was stupid ugly until the fourth quarter, where 20 of the 37 points were scored. Justin Jefferson was Justin Jefferson. Kirk Cousins did just what he needed to do. TJ Hawkinson looked like a really nice piece. 7 catches, 90 yards. Barely even knowing the playbook.
Mm-hmm.
And then you look on Washington's side, defense played really well. It was the first game with Chase Young back.
See Young.
And I think they were able to get a lot more pressure than they usually do, which obviously helps the secondary. The offense is what it is. Heineke, 150 yards, 2 touchdowns. Bryant Robinson and Antonio Gibson couldn't really get anything going. And Curtis Samuel led with 3 catches, 65 yards, and a touchdown off of a very, very lucky catch where one of the players actually ran into the referee and somehow 2 other guys didn't touch him going into the end zone. It was weird, but
Still a sick catch though. I gotta give it to him. I mean, Harrison Smith was Harrison Smith the one who ran into the ref?
no, I think Harrison Smith was on the outside.
Yeah,
behind him.
somebody was still on Curtis Samuel's back, and he still snagged that thing. So a weird play, but still a pretty impressive play.
I think Minnesota is a fake 7-1 team.
Oh man, I knew this was coming.
I don't know.
I can't.
Why are they a fake 7-1?
They're the most mediocre wins this season. And I mean, they're squeaking by against these bad teams.
I mean,
a win's a win though. Like
okay.
in the NFL, wins are wins. I mean, it's any given Sunday for a reason.
It's Washington.
I would still say. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Okay.
No, I was just gonna say I'm intrigued to see if we can get another Eagles Vikings matchup because one, that was week 2, and teams are still trying to figure it out. And really, that was when the Eagles were just blowing teams out in the second quarter, and they've since learned how to score in the second half, which thank the Lord. But like, I would love to see that game if the Eagles don't explode in one quarter and if it's like a full game. I think that game would be much different in the playoffs than it was week 2 of the season.
Absolutely.
I mean, the teams that they beat so far, Green Bay.
If you're gonna come with this, you better come with the Eagles too.
Oh, listen, I'm ready to. I got hand grenades for that one.
Because I'll tell you right now, I did a spreadsheet. The Eagles had the easiest strength of schedule so far this year.
No, absolutely, but
take that.
But I'm gonna go down this list real quick. Green Bay, they lost to Philly, destroyed by Philly. Detroit, absolute shootout. They won by 4. New Orleans, 28-25.
Okay.
Chicago, 29-22. Miami, 24-16. No Tua.
Still a win. Miami still.
Arizona, double XP weekend.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
And then Washington.
I mean,
it wasn't just double XP weekend. Call of Duty came out.
I mean,
the new COD dropped
that
weekend.
They're also one of the bottom teams in strength of schedule so far, but I mean,
it'll be interesting when they play Buffalo, Dallas, New England, the Jets.
Yeah, they got a stretch coming up. They got a
nice stretch. I still think the team's good. And in the NFC, I mean,
it's really
who else is there?
It's a 3 possible 4-team race right now in the NFC.
Like,
I'll say
the
3.
Eagles, the Cowboys, and the Vikings.
Yeah.
I mean, no one in the NFC South. Like Tampa, sorry.
No.
The Rams, sorry. Waiting to see on the 49ers. The 49ers could definitely be a player second half of
I
the
think the
season.
49ers are better than
And we'll see. Honestly,
We'll have
we're
to
gonna
see.
Minnesota.
We'll have to see. I mean, I could see it. Definitely. I could definitely see the 49ers being the second best team in the NFC.
I have a feeling they're offensive juggernauts right now.
Could be. Definitely could be. And they're getting healthy. I mean, it's definitely possible. Next game. The Seattle Seahawks go to 6-3 as they handle the Arizona Cardinals, who go to 3-6, 31-21. And I just want to apologize to anyone that took the Arizona Cardinals -2. I totally forgot that when Call of Duty comes out, Kyler Murray doesn't know how to play football.
I told you. Call of Duty.
And yells at people on the sideline.
And I'm just very sorry that I took that trash can of a quarterback over the 12th man. And I just wanted to apologize for it. And yeah,
That's how I really feel.
And yeah, let's actually talk about that. Kyler Murray, don't talk to DeAndre Hopkins like you're in a COD lobby. That man will smack the living shit out of you.
Keep
And
going.
turn your little phase up all the way upside down. Don't mess with Nuke. Don't mess with Nuke.
Don't stop.
Would be surprised, and hot take, but I wouldn't be surprised if Kyler retires in like 2 years to go stream.
You know what? That's actually, it wouldn't shock me either.
Right? It would be like,
Here's the thing. I think him and Ben Simmons kind of have the same mentality. If they don't
alter
love
ego.
they don't love the sport. They love what the sport brings them.
Yep.
Fun fact, both in phase.
Yeah. Optic Nation, baby. Optic.
Just saying. But yeah, I think the Cardinals are headed into dumpster fire territory. I mean, Cliff Kingsbury.
They have to blow it up.
He ain't
They have
it.
to get rid of him.
Kyler, you gave him the bag, and he is legit not showing you anything as to why he should have the bag. He's throwing tantrums. Okay.
Could have stuck to baseball.
Did you know that after that argument on the sideline, he did not throw to DeAndre Hopkins the rest of the game?
Give me a Petty. What does that spell? Petty.
I mean, who else are you throwing to?
Zach Ertz.
What do they call him in Philly? What do they call him in Philly, Jordan?
What?
Zach Ertz?
No yak Zach, baby.
Exactly. He ain't going nowhere once he catches the ball. Rondale Moore is a good slot receiver. DeAndre Hopkins is a top 5 wide receiver talent-wise. Still, yes,
when
I'm
you throw to
saying
him.
it.
I miss no yak Zach. Thank you.
That's fine. But
no, yeah, it's bad.
I mean, it was a decent game, and then you stop throwing at DeAndre Hopkins, and guess what? You lose the game.
You got absolutely outplayed by Geno Smith, someone who is fundamentally
not
hustling.
Slander,
No, that's not slander. It's
We're
just Kyler Murray.
Geno Smith here.
Kyler Murray is not a good quarterback.
Nope.
And he runs like he stole his mom's phone.
And unfortunately, the Cardinals just gave him the bag.
Yeah.
So they are stuck for a while.
What would be
5 years, right?
5?
Yeah, it's like 5 years for $200 million.
What would be funny to see is what FaZe paid him.
You know what would be funny? Is if they didn't take that fucking clause out of his contract. Because remember, they had that clause where he had to do X amount of game plan every week, and they said, nope, we're taking that out. You should have kept it in there.
And
should have kept it in there.
I didn't know they took it out.
Only reason why they took it out was because people were up in arms about it. What people? Who the fuck cares?
You are a billion-dollar organization, and that man is making millions. I don't care what outside people say.
I'll tell you who cared. His fucking viewers on Twitch.
Yeah, that's the problem. Guess what?
phase up, baby, whatever it is, phase up.
Phase down. Phase
Whatever.
down.
Yeah,
Do you not
I was on the
know it?
scrim team back in the day. Phase down.
My camera's at a weird angle. I can't.
All right, enough about the Cardinals. They suck.
Yes.
Seahawks 6-3. Geno Smith resurgence. Welcome to the NFL, Geno.
West Virginia,
And
Gino.
Kenneth
Not-
Walker is
Give me Kenny.
Kenneth Walker is a certified dog.
Yeah.
Kenneth the
Dog.
runner. Kenneth the runner. That's what he is.
And I saw this on Twitter, and I wish I knew who said it because I would love to give them their props. But they said Kenneth Walker is just like Derrick Henry, and the fact that the later the game goes on, the better he gets, and they are not lying.
He's a big boy.
They
He's
are
a big
not
boy.
lying. That man is like,
Tree trunk legs.
feed me the rock, please. 26 carries, 109 yards, 2 touchdowns.
He's good. He's good.
And also, the Cardinals are terrible against the tight ends, and you know you're terrible when Noah Fant has 5 catches for 96 yards.
96 yards.
Noah Font.
Next game. A game before the season we thought would probably be a really good one.
Not much about nope.
Yeah. The Buccaneers go 4-5 over the Rams, who dropped to 3-5, 16-13. Battle of two teams who are Super Bowl aspirations. One's the defending Super Bowl champ, and neither team's been great, and this game wasn't great.
Can we say free falling?
So,
These teams are free falling?
speaking of retirement, when is it's bound to happen,
right?
and I wouldn't be surprised, and I said this while we were here, and it would be interesting as hell to see Rodgers and Brady retire at the exact same time and start a podcast.
We might as well dive into that right now since we're on the topic, right? I mean,
no, we still
the
have two,
game
we
was
still have two more games.
The game was horrible.
It was. Mike Evans got hurt, affected the whole time. Matthew Stafford threw for 165 yards.
Ooh.
Cooper
Still
Kupp had
more
127 of them.
Still more than Justin Fields.
Justin Fields is better than Stafford right now. Take
30,
that back.
38 yards passing. 2 players not named Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, my starting tight end Tyler Higbee. He struggled. So.
I'm sorry. I as good as Cooper Kupp is, have to get other people involved.
Yeah,
have to. Like, is Allen Robinson cooked? Maybe,
possibly.
Tyler Higbee's. I mean, I don't know.
I'm thinking yes.
I mean,
Has the league figured out McVay?
I mean,
Finally.
they had.
I think Stafford just
I'm not gonna say that.
digressed.
I don't think they have anything. Like, their run game is non-existent. Your offensive line is worse than last year, and again,
That's probably where it starts.
Outside of Cooper Kupp, no one's doing a damn thing.
Yeah, that's probably where it starts, though. The offensive line. Their offensive line isn't the greatest.
And then, I mean, you look at the Buccaneers. I mean, Tom Brady's putting up 270, 300 yards every week, but for some reason, when he gets in the red zone, he cannot score a touchdown.
Yeah, they're not getting in.
Same issues as Rodgers.
Yeah, I mean, we have 2 more games to go, but we're gonna talk about that. Actually, let's get them out of the way really quick.
Yes.
Sunday Night Football. Chiefs 6-2 defeat the Titans 5-3, 20-17. Titans were just running all over the Chiefs in the first half. In the second half, In the second half, I believe the Titans had 20 total yards and 1 first down. Still took the Chiefs overtime, but the Chiefs just come out of this, and they're now sitting pretty at 6-2. Quick thoughts.
Malik Willis needs time to develop.
Yeah.
He made some throws. He had some throws in the game where you're like, okay, that's an NFL throw. So
5.
Dude, King Henry is still King Henry too. By the way, that dude's
imagine if Malik Willis had like AJ Brown.
I mean, he's pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I don't know why you would get rid of him.
here in
And
Philadelphia.
speaking of AJ Brown, last game, Thursday Night Football, Eagles 29, Texans 17. Eagles still unbeaten at 8-0. The Texans go to 1-6-1. Quick recap.
I mean, Jalen
Jordan thought
Hurts.
they were going to lose.
I did. No, I thought they
Yeah.
were going to lose.
Yeah.
And honestly, it was closer than probably people thought because one short week, good teams struggle when they have to travel on short weeks. Jalen Hurts probably had his worst game turnover wise because he had 2 fumbles. I think he only lost 1, but still, you don't see him cough the ball up. But the Eagles know how to pull it out in the end. And yeah, Nick Sirianni's a pretty good coach. I'm not going to lie. And I think you're seeing that on Indianapolis' side. They're kind of struggling without him the past 2 years because he, I think, had a big hand in like offensive game planning. I still hate his face. It bothers me to no end. But no, man, the Eagles, they're for freaking real.
Brian, anything to add?
Dallas Goddard
Is really good. Yeah,
sat
no,
on my
He is.
bench.
listen, I know that life.
Damian Pierce, I think he's a stud.
Can we imagine if Houston had an
Agreed.
offense?
Yeah, exactly.
Gator beat.
139 yards.
Yeah, he was running all over him, and he's the only
Running
offense. He's the only
all
offense
over.
on the Texans right now.
Yeah,
Also,
that's it.
Miles Sanders, 17 carries, 93 yards in it. All right,
Sir.
that is the recap so far. So I got 2 things for you right here. Well, let's go with the quarterbacks, and we talked about it. We have Aaron Rodgers, we have Tom Brady, we have Russell Wilson, we have Matt Stafford. All quarterbacks that we grew up with, dominated the league, and all 4 of them this year have played absolutely below their standards. You could, Matthew Stafford, I would not be surprised if he's washed. Russell Wilson looks washed. Aaron Rodgers looks done. Brady looks the best of all 4 of them. That's not saying much. But is this it? Are we officially getting the changing of the guard in the NFL this season?
I hope so.
I believe so. I think.
I am tired, and mark my words, the Bears may be playing well, and the Packers may be playing terribly, but I will put a large amount of money on when the Packers come back to Chicago, they will absolutely annihilate them again. Because Rodgers just it happens every time. Same with Philly. Philly does the exact same thing to Chicago.
I mean, he did say he owns you, so
he kind of does. Which
said it with his chest too.
Yeah.
But I mean, all 4 of those quarterbacks, they've been in the league for a long time. And now you have Justin Fields, you have Tua, you have Jalen Hurts. Obviously, you have Mahomes and Lamar and Josh Allen and all of them. I just think, all the quarterbacks, that we know and love that were always dependable. And it's always, yeah, your team's good, but can you get through Tom Brady? Can you get through Russell Wilson? Can you get through Aaron Rodgers? I think those days are done.
Yeah, no, I think Brady has to retire after this year. He doesn't.
He has to retire mid-year.
He doesn't look like he's having fun.
But the thing is, he's playing the best out of all.
Yeah, but I just don't.
Like, if he was throwing one more touchdown a week, he's not bad number.
No, he just doesn't look like he's got his heart in it. Father Time is undefeated. It really is, and I don't know. He just looks. It's not the same Brady. It's not the same.
Obviously not.
So I think
44, but
I think that's what I'm saying. I think you're seeing some of the emotional attacks of going through all these seasons as well. And obviously, what's going on in his personal life. That's a whole different story, but that plays into effect too. I don't know if he's got it anymore. Like you said, the teams don't fear Brady. I don't think anymore.
I don't think teams fear any of those guys.
Yeah, so I think we are seeing a little bit of a changing of the guard.
Who out of that group? Brady, Wilson, Rodgers, and Stafford. Who's the first to retire?
Brady. And I only say that because he already retired twice.
Well, once.
That's fair.
Good.
I think Rodgers isn't far behind, and then Russell, and then Stafford. I think Stafford's last. He's just coming off a Super Bowl.
I could see Stafford retiring this.
You think?
I could see it. I mean, the man won his Super Bowl.
I don't see Russ retiring at all. He's like what, our age, maybe a year older. I want to say that that's more Nathaniel Hackett is not a good coach than, although he's completely been blind to some sides of the field at points. I don't think Russell's retiring though.
I think Russell is on like a weird.
I think Russ stays the longest of the four.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because
he's just such a strange person outside of football.
He gets like he probably got like 3 seasons.
Hey man, let's ride.
Broncos country. Let's ride. Speaking of Nathaniel Hackett, let's talk about coaches and hot seats. And we've already been freaking. Man, we're already at a minute 6. We haven't even gotten to basketball yet. But I mean, there's a lot to talk about. Do I want to go into the Colts or do I want to go into the coaching? Let's go into the Colts. Outside of Jerry Jones and Dan Snyder, Jim Irsay has to be the worst owner in the NFL.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's Snyder, Jones.
I don't understand the move at all.
It's dumb. They've had a revolving door of quarterbacks ever since Luck left. None of them have really been very good, and yet Frank Reich still had a winning record. And you canned him because you brought in Matt Ryan, who was already done in Atlanta. You just want to give him one go around. That didn't work. You brought in Sam Ehlinger, who, what was he, a 5th round pick? Hasn't really played football.
Should be a bench player.
Right. Jonathan Taylor's injured. The only wide receiver was missed a couple games. You really have nobody, and you decide to fire him. And then on top of that, you bring in a coach who hasn't even coached in the NFL. So I think that guy is still not right in the head. That's one of I can think of. He's not right in the head to run a franchise, but he's playing with daddy's money. So
no disrespect to Jeff Saturday, because I think Jeff Saturday is a great guy and everything like that.
Awesome dude.
That might be the dumbest coaching hire I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
this man has never coached. He coached 1 year in high school, and his team went 3-6. And you're hiring him because he's in your ring of honor, and he's with the team on day-to-day operations. There are so many assistant coaches, wide receiver coaches, all this, that have done this for 10, 15, 20 years, hoping to be a head coach one day, and this guy has done nothing except for Jim Irsay's like, hey, I like you, be the head coach of my team. And then, you had the audacity to say, that the Colts have the 3rd or 4th best winning record since 2000. I know how to make a team. I know how to build a team. If you knew how to build a team, they wouldn't be dog shit right now, to the point where Sam Ehlinger is your freaking quarterback. You have no one to throw to, and your team's imploding right in front of you. But you cocky little... I don't know how much I should cuss on these, but you little pipsqueak. You slimeball pipsqueak, thinking you're some kind of god. Shut the hell up. Be an owner. I don't want to hear your name ever again. And get your freaking franchise on the right direction, because right now, this is the most sinking ship in the NFL. And that's saying something, because the Cardinals suck, the Commanders suck, and you're number 1, buddy. It's your fault.
They have 2 former head coaches on staff right now, too.
Yeah, and now Jeff Saturday's the head coach because he's buddy with Jim Irsay.
I mean, that's got to be just a publicity thing, right? Like, John Fox is probably the one really running the team, I think, right? I mean,
whoever's decision it was needs to get fucking.
I guarantee
it was Jim Irsay.
I guarantee you, Jim Irsay is just like Jerry Jones, to where he's like, I make the moves and the coach listens to me.
But the only thing he doesn't do, thankfully, is get in front of the cameras after every game.
I mean, he talks enough.
Yeah, but
I wouldn't be surprised if Pat McAfee actually completely abandons Indianapolis, because I was listening to him and watching him, and
He's got a voice. He's
Pat's
got a
not
voice,
dumb-
baby.
I'm surprised he
not
didn't get
dumb.
the job, to be honest with you.
Oh, I'm surprised too. I'm surprised too.
Pretty sure
Honestly.
they approached him about being special teams coordinator already.
Yeah.
I mean, probably.
Kicking coach.
I mean, just
Oh my god, that's crazy.
It's
That's one of the weirdest stories I've ever seen in my lifetime.
hey,
they probably asked Peyton Manning too, to be honest with
Hey,
you.
hey, I just want to say, hey, Frank Wright, Dougie P's in Jacksonville. Want to slide in and
I'm about to say
be like
remake
offensive coordinator,
remake the
yeah,
magic, baby.
anything
Remake
like
the
that.
magic.
If you want to do that. All right. So wanted to go on that. Now I want to go on some coaching hot seats, and I want you guys to tell me if it's medium, hot, or call 911. Your ass is on fire.
Party's fire burning. Sorry.
Bryant will go first. Cliff Kingsbury.
That's a tough one.
You think?
Yeah,
Oh.
I do actually. And the reason why I think that is because, again, you go back to the whole clause situation.
Just give me an on fire, medium, or we gotta kind of get through this pretty fast. Sorry.
Medium.
Done. Fire, roasted, burned.
Yep, I'm on call 911. I'm on call 911.
I don't think it's him though.
We'll go with Nathaniel Hackett.
Done. Burned. Roasted. Burned. Get out of here.
Get rid of him.
No, he sucks.
I think he's terrible. I think he's god awful. I think he's hot.
One and done.
It wouldn't surprise me. I think he's been terrible so far. I'll say hot right now. But it could change. Here's one. Dan Campbell.
No, I think he's fine. I think he's safe.
Do you think he's a medium? Or do you think he's cold?
I think it's cold, honestly. I think it's taken some time. They got to get players in there, but players like playing for him, and I think that speaks volumes.
That's true.
Really not playing bad.
No,
They're losing close games. So I think it's cold.
They need defensive talent.
I think it's cold this year, but I think next year, even if they lose close games, it's going to start getting warm.
Talk about a team that needs a quarterback too.
Lovie Smith.
Nah. I think it's
Medium.
cold.
I'll say medium if that's.
I'll say cold.
That's
He got
I
got thrown into a dumpster fire again.
Yeah,
you can't hate on that coach.
I think I'll take hot. I think he's just a transition coach.
That's another franchise that's like
So-
do they even know what they're doing?
And that's the thing. Are we looking at it as in
Bob
he
McNair.
needs to go, or because
what-
to
like,
me
what do
that's
you
not
think?
his fault. He got thrown into a dumpster fire. I think he's a good coach.
I mean, a lot of coaches, it's not their fault. Like, no offense, Frank Wright, not his fault. I don't care what anyone says, not his fault.
No, but again, I would put him in a cold seat.
Okay.
I don't.
Right.
I think he's a good coach. I don't think he should be moved. I don't think he should be fired.
Jeff Saturday. Just kidding.
Yeah, barbecue chicken.
Josh McDaniels.
Yeah, no, I don't think they're even thinking about that. I'm gonna say cold.
I'd say medium on this one.
I think I'll go medium. I mean, you came again. They were a playoff team last year. You get arguably the number one wide receiver, and you're 2-6.
Yeah.
Here's one.
Yeah, it's
Here's one. Brandon Staley, Chargers.
Hot. Yeah,
so many injuries.
yeah, you want to say hot,
So
but then
many
there have
injuries.
been a lot of injuries.
I say medium.
Yeah, okay, I'll go down. To medium.
I mean, Herbert was excellent.
He
last
has
season.
his flaws. He has his.
Absolutely.
I think he's medium. If they miss playoffs, crank it up to hot.
Yeah.
But do they miss playoffs because of all the injuries again?
I mean, yeah,
I mean,
but
you don't have your 2-star wide receivers.
Dennis Allen of the New Orleans Saints.
Another dumpster fire.
That is a dumpster fire waiting to happen.
Yeah, that was a real tough situation. They
You
really
signed
had,
Taysom Hill to how much money?
stupid amount because
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jameis Winston? Yeah. Nah.
I think it's medium, but I don't think he's going to be a coach for the long haul.
Yeah.
There. They're in some tough water. Ron Rivera.
Um,
Cold.
yeah,
Going hot.
I don't. Once again, that's a team that's just neglected to really address the quarterback.
Yep.
Um,
I think he still has a really good defense.
you try to pick up Wentz and you
Better
realize that
defense.
Wentz has done what the defense is solid, very
Yeah.
solid. You have playmakers on offense, but you don't have a guy to get it to him. So you took your flyer on Wentz, thinking maybe you could get him back. Clearly, that's not the case. He's done. He's cooked. So you got to go get a quarterback.
All right, I got one more for you. Mike Tomlin.
Get him out of there. Bring him to Chicago.
His only losing season as a head coach since 2009. No, I think
Medium?
no. I don't even think that.
They just need a
They
quarterback.
don't. They don't.
You-
Yeah. Well, they don't change coaches, and I think they're finally embracing a rebuild for the first time since the '90s, maybe. Like,
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, that's a well-run organization, and for the first time, they just haven't been able to plug and play. So, and then their offensive line is atrocious, so they got to actually, invest in that.
Oh,
I'm the currents in the NFL right now.
I feel like maybe.
If it was any other team, I'd say medium, but I know Pittsburgh doesn't change coaches. So
I mean,
No, they don't.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I'll still
I've
take
seen-
him any day of the week.
I think I've seen
Absolutely.
2 coaches in my life in Pittsburgh.
And Bill Cowher and Mike Tomlin.
Right?
Yeah.
When was Bill Cowher hired? Hold on, I actually want to fact check this one.
90.
90s?
Yeah, I
4? 94.
No, I think it was before that.
Well, if that was the case, then I saw 3.
Yeah. Well, I
Um,
mean, we weren't watching football totally.
in
yeah.
my lifetime, Pittsburgh's had 3 head coaches.
Yeah.
But since you started
That's-
watching football too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but in my life, yeah, that's crazy.
All right.
What did
Great
Kyle?
track record.
All right. That took longer than I thought it was gonna take.
Yeah, it was long.
I swear we get caught up in stuff. But I mean,
Hour 17.
We were recapping. All right, let's go to the NBA. Try to run through this real quick. 2 teams so far. The Jazz and the Trailblazers. Are they real or are they pretend?
I'm gonna say the Jazz are still pretenders. I think they're at early season fire. I think they eventually cool off. I say the Blazers are probably gonna be where they always are, which is kind of that 4 to 6 range. So I guess they would both be pretenders, and if that's the metric we're using.
I mean,
Yeah,
if you're the
I
4
don't-
seed, I don't think you're a pretender.
Yeah,
I think Trailblazers are pretenders, and Utah is going to be contenders.
Ooh, okay.
forgot. We got juicy takes, Brian over here. Ooh,
I mean-
yeah, I love it.
I mean, I won't
No.
lie. Like starting off 3-1, 4-1, it happens. But you're talking,
1-2.
you're eighth of the season in, and you're 8-3, number 1 in the West. They're ranked 8th in defense, which is, it's not like, oh, we're ranked terrible defensively. We're just getting lucky. Like, I mean, 8th in defense is solid through 11 weeks. Jordan Clarkson, Lauri Markkanen are playing extremely well right now. Do I think they can be number 1? Absolutely not. No.
No.
If
I
you're
think top
talking-
5, though.
I'd say like in that 6 to 8 range. I do think there's a fall off coming.
I mean, there always is.
I
It happens.
think there's a fall off coming, but I kind of want to buy into the Jazz. But at the moment, I'm gonna give it like another week, and I'm gonna sell on the Jazz right now.
Yeah, I would.
Portland, I like Portland. I mean,
They can score.
Dame, Anthony, Josh Hart is such a nice piece there. Jeremy Grant, Nurkic. I mean, I think the Trailblazers, like you said, I think they're gonna be like a 6 seed. With the 4 is probably the high mark. But if you're talking like a 5 or 6 seed, and Dame's like, hey, I don't know who it would be to, but if you just nudges someone, it's like, hey, you're the piece that can get us to be like a top team over here. I think it could happen. I think they're contenders in that I think they're gonna make the playoffs. But obviously, I think they're pretenders when it comes to winning a title.
With what you said, does that make Simons expendable at the trade deadline?
No, they just re-signed. They just extended him.
But
Signed him?
to get a top guy in,
No, not Simons. I mean, a young guard that can take over a game.
no, that's what I'm saying. But I think if they want to get like already an established dude to like trade for, do you think Simons could do it? Like a team would be like, oh yeah, we'll take a young player.
I don't think they would do it.
Well, just a thought I had.
I don't think they would do it. And I don't think Shaden Sharp would be expendable.
No, I think you want to see what you got with him first.
Yeah. But I mean, it could just be like a free agent because I'm pretty sure they still have money. They didn't spend a ton in the offseason.
Yeah.
So they probably still have money and be like, hey, how's it going? How you doing?
For sure. Sure.
Utah also has Walker Kessler.
Right.
Great. We're going to be
Brian's...
known as the Walker Kessler podcast.
Damn right.
Walker Kessler fan club?
Absolutely.
Walker Kessler Ranger.
I am sold on him.
Yeah, we can tell. We can tell.
8 minutes a game. Here we go.
All right, here we go. So now I have 4 teams. Are we worried about these teams? First off, the Heat. Are we worried about the Heat? I believe they're 3-7.
They're gonna go get somebody.
Are they?
I have a feeling they will.
4-7.
I think it's too early to hit the panic button. Spoelstra's a good coach. I think they try. I think they figure it out.
Yeah, I think they're fine.
Okay.
Not the most ideal start, obviously, but
I'm not pulling the worried meter out yet.
No.
The Nets.
I get rid of them. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's that when there's smoke, there's fire, and there's a lot of smoke coming from that place.
Yeah, that whole place.
I think there's more than I think fire's already set.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Because I think I read somewhere that said that an NBA executive thinks that Kyrie might never play in the NBA again.
And then aren't they already backtracking on bringing in Udoka? So they're still trying to find a coach. So
yep.
Yeah, they really just shot themselves in the foot with a lot.
Yep.
In the matter of
what happens?
A month.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And you're still gonna have KD wanting to get out. Probably you're still stuck with Ben Simmons.
You might as well just trade all your assets, aka Kevin Durant.
I must say Kevin Durant's your only asset, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Trade.
might get something out of Seth Curry, but I mean, he's been hurt this year, so who knows? I mean, Cam Thomas could get you something. I mean, you're talking
Wannabe.
You're talking rebuild, probably.
100% process. What?
The Golden State Warriors. We worried yet?
No.
4-7.
Yeah, I think that's another dumpster fire, and
dumpster fire.
Dumpster fire. They're gonna start getting rid of players.
I'm not worried one bit. One, I think it's real early in the season still. We're not even a full month in. So I'm not, I mean, I think they're also still trying to incorporate young guys and get these guys up to speed. A lot of them are playing, I think, a little bit more minutes than they played last year. I mean, Kuminga's only 20 years old. Moody's 20 years old. Wiseman's still coming back from knees. I think
none of them have stepped up yet, though.
Well, we're not even a month into the season, though. So, like,
yeah,
I think there's
you want to see some progression.
It don't matter.
I'm not worried about them. Defending champs, I'm not worried.
0-6 on the road.
I'm not worried.
You're not worried about 0-6 on the road?
It's early. It's too early to really say anything. That's why I'm not worried. I mean, look at the Boston Celtics last year. They were like just above water, and then they went on a nasty run. So, like in the NBA with these good teams, they can turn it on.
The Celtics weren't defending champions, and the Celtics didn't have the pressures that they did. No one knew about the Celtics until they popped off. This Warrior team, I mean, you're talking about the dynasty potentially crumbling.
I mean, everything comes to an end.
Klay Thompson is not Klay Thompson.
Right.
Jordan Poole, I'd like to say Jordan Poole's regressed a little from last year.
Ever since he got punched in the face, yeah.
Draymond's getting older. Steph's gonna be Steph, obviously. Steph's gonna be
Yeah,
Steph. I
we're not
mean,
even a month into the season.
Kayvon Looney he's there. Like you said, off the bench. Moses Moody hasn't turned it up at all. James Wiseman looking
We even
like
know
the
if he should
B
stay.
word. Looking like the B word.
Oh yeah, no,
Kaminga, I thought Kaminga was gonna come in and like have a little extra bag, and he's getting DNP'd. I mean, they lost Gary Payton, they lost Otto Porter. It's pretty much, you have the top four: Clay, Draymond, Curry, Wiggins.
right.
After that, who are you relying on? You're relying on all these second year guys who haven't improved.
I'm just saying, I'm not worried. We're not even a month into the season yet, so
I'm putting a little worry on.
yeah, I'm not.
And last but not least, the Timberwolves.
Typical Timberwolves. One good year, and then it's followed by 3 bad years. When your number one pick literally stands out and doesn't do anything on a play, I'm like, that's pretty Minnesota.
That looks so bad.
I mean, he'd fit. You know what? He'd fit really good with this offense, though. He'd fit right the hell in. So, I counted 5 cuts last night, by the way, in the Sixers game. So,
Bryant, Timberwolves, worry or no?
It's Minnesota.
we all.
I mean, it is, but I mean, they improved last year, and then you go out and you give up 7 picks for Rudy Gobert, and you're 5-6, and it's not looking like that move's helping so far.
I mean, I said this about their NFL team. They're the most mid-state in the world.
All right, so if we're going by this,
Minnesota's really nice in the spring. I'll tell you that. The Mall of America is fantastic.
I still want to go check out Minnesota sometime, and I'm the weirdo that wants to go in there in January when it's freezing cold. But that's just me. Based off of this, and based off of what last year, yes, I'm worried about them, but also I've watched enough basketball in my life to know this is kind of what Minnesota does. So
It's Minnesota.
I am not shocked by this one bit.
I'm just saying, I think Minnesota, a lot of people, not me, a lot of people were like, oh, this is a top 3 team in the West.
Ooh, yeah, see, I didn't buy into that.
There's a lot of people that did. Because they jumped up to,
Twitter people,
they ended up in the 7 seed, gave Memphis 6, and then went and got Gobert, and everyone's like, oh my God, Cat, Gobert, Anthony Edwards, this is going to be insane. And guess what? Anthony Edwards in year 3 is still the same player. Inconsistent. D'Angelo.
Oh, yeah. Duh.
Yeah. But he's not played that well this year. He's playing down. Anthony Edwards, can he get you 30? Absolutely. But guess what? He's going to give you like 7 the next night.
I'm going to say, will he give you 5 the next game? Yeah.
And then he's going to stand around. And then you're going to have Karl Anthony Towns talking about him eating Popeyes. Mm-hmm. And then also another thing, I'm putting them in the worried category because please answer me this. Who is the leader in Minnesota?
I literally was just thinking that. Who's the guy? Who's the guy that's like, this is my team, follow my lead? Nobody. They got nobody.
Gobert's not vocal. Anthony Edwards ain't vocal. D'Angelo's not vocal. Cat's not that vocal.
Nope.
You don't have that veteran, in the starting 5 or on the bench. Like,
who's their dog?
There's no leader.
Yeah, who's their dog?
I think Naz Reid. I like Naz Reid. Naz Reid's nice.
Like, I guess what I mean, like dogs, like, hey, let's go, let's get going, let's go.
They don't have that dog.
Get nitty, let's go, like that. Like they had KG. He was their dog. He was their leader. Follow me. I'm gonna take you there. They don't got nobody.
Yeah, there's no leadership. I don't think Minnesota is going to be what anyone thought they were going to be.
And Anthony Edwards, I don't think is ever going to be that guy.
It pisses me off to no end when people are just like, Anthony Edwards is better than LaMelo. And I'm not saying this as a biased fan. I'm really not.
We hate the Hornets here. Just kidding.
I think LaMelo's a better player than Anthony Edwards. He
100%.
Does way more.
100%.
Can Anthony Edwards jump out of the gym? Fuck yeah. Can he put some highlight reels on? Absolutely. Can he, like we said, can he score 30? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But can he facilitate? Can he rebound? He's an okay defender. Is he consistent? Is he a leader? No.
No, and I don't think he ever is going to be. I think he's always going to be that really good number 2 option.
I think Anthony Edwards is going to be a better version of Andrew Wiggins.
Could be. I
Is
mean,
it?
Wait,
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
oh, okay. I thought you
I
were
thought you were gonna say something.
I was like, what? Yeah, nah. Minnesota's got to figure it out. They need to get their guy because they don't got it.
Absolutely. All right.
All right. With that, is it safe to say that super teams are no longer? Fundamental basketball might be back.
When you mean super teams, you mean by like guys teaming up in free agency?
Oh yeah.
What do you mean?
Oh yeah.
What do you mean by fundamental? Because I swear to God, I feel like people don't know how to dribble right anymore. No one knows how to set a screen. No, like.
I mean,
no. Sorry.
You look at Cleveland. You look at Minnesota or Milwaukee, not Minnesota. Sorry. Cleveland is playing fundamental basketball.
You're right.
Milwaukee is playing fundamental basketball.
Yeah.
Austin.
You mean like set plays and shit?
Not just setting plays, actually.
I just think those
rebounding, boxing out.
I think those teams are all they're just
player.
Like, they have everything.
It's fundamental basketball.
So everything that my team's not, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
No, no. I mean, I don't want to say it really ever went anywhere.
It did.
I mean, pro athletes are pro athletes. They all know how to play the game.
San Antonio Spurs was the last time I really saw good fundamental basketball.
So what you're talking about is not chucking up 43s a game basketball.
Exactly.
I'm about to say I would say the Warriors were pretty fundamental. They just shot a lot of threes because they had really good 3-point shooters.
Yeah, I mean,
they moved the ball like crazy. They moved around like crazy.
Great
they
defense.
set good screens. They played good defense. The Warriors were really fundamentally sound.
Yeah, I think you're just talking about
they have ridiculous
there are teams
shooters
that don't shoot a million threes a game.
I hope we go back to that, but I think the new way of the NBA teams are jacking up at least 33s a game. Like that's just the new norm. Yeah. But in terms of like teams picking guys, having homegrown talent, I think that's coming back around, and that should have never left. But
By the way, Cavaliers.
Yep. That Donovan Mitchell kid was a good pickup.
Yeah, the way they're building that franchise, I really like it. I mean, Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley up front is a really good combo, and then you add those two guards. I'm just like, whew, like they're gonna be one of those teams in the East. Like I said,
where did Allen come from?
Texas.
Nah, before
Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Brooklyn,
that was a trade. That was a trade, and that was a dumb trade by Brooklyn.
I mean, they had D'Angelo Russell. They had a fun team, but they were like, "Hey, let's go with the superstars."
Yeah, no, that was they were building. Yeah, that's right. You're building something.
All right, gentlemen. We have the guess the player segment. Let's do it. I'm gonna give you a player in the NBA. I'm gonna give you his stats, and you guys try to guess. Number 1, this player is averaging 17.1 points per game, averaging 9.9 rebounds, and shooting 57.7% field goal percentage. He is out west, and he is a front court player. Who am I?
Aaron Gordon.
Okay.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Out
west.
Out west.
Oh wait, hold on.
If you want to change, I'll give you one change.
Well, I'm not going to change it, but I could see it being this guy. I'm sticking with my pick though.
Okay.
Michael Porter.
Okay. Solid picks, but this is Houston Rockets. Alperen
Sengun. I was going to change it to Jaka Pirtle, but I'm glad it didn't change.
Okay, yeah, Sengun. He's actually played really well. I like watching him.
Sengun's a nice player.
Yeah. All right. This player is averaging 12.9 points, 5 assists, and 5.6 rebounds, and he is a guard in the Western Conference. Who am I?
Pat Beverly. I don't know why.
Wall?
Who?
Wall?
This is Oklahoma City Thunder Josh Giddey.
Oof.
Giddy!
Josh Giddey.
Mr. Giddy.
All
Yeah,
right.
no, he's not a big scorer.
No, he's a good player.
Very nice good player.
Who am I? I am averaging 23.6 points per game, 3.5 rebounds, 4 assists, and I am a guard in the Eastern Conference.
23 point what?
23.6.
23.6.
3.5 rebounds and 4 assists. Who am I?
Maxey.
Okay.
He's a good guess, but I'm gonna go with oh my give me Garland. I don't know.
One of you are correct.
What?
Said one of you are correct.
Oh shit.
Maxey.
It's Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah.
It's Tyrese
He's had
Maxey.
he's had a lot of clunkers here and there though.
Yeah.
But I mean, if
That man,
Embiid's not on the court, that means dropping 30.
my man shot 3 of 15 last night. It was
Yep.
rough.
He still does that.
Oh,
All right.
Nothing was falling.
2 more. I average 15.9 points per game, 6.1 rebounds, and 3.1 steals as a front court player in the Eastern Conference.
My man, minivan George Nang. I'm just kidding. Sorry, that's not my guess. 3.1 steals.
That might be the worst guess we ever hear on this.
Listen, man, my man was a flamethrower last night.
You think he's averaging 3.1 steals?
Hell no, I was a joke. I'm no dummy. That dude's got cement feet. You said front court?
Front court in the East.
Front court. Give me Randall.
Julius?
Yeah, I'm going Julius.
Yeah. Right.
I have no clue, to be honest with you.
Pat Williams.
Toronto Raptors OG Anunoby.
Oh,
Ananobi.
3.1 steals. That's nasty.
that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, he's a
That's
defensive.
good.
He's a defensive D.
Okay. And this one, this is a star player. I know I give you guys a lot of. Okay. 27.1 points per game, 4.2 rebounds, and 5.1 assists. Former All-Star.
Former All-Star.
Star player.
Devin Booker.
Yeah, I was gonna say D-Book.
That is Devin Booker. You're right.
Yeah, all right.
Yep. That is D-Book. That is D-Book. Okay.
He's a lot of fun to watch live, by the way.
Yeah, no, you got to see him last night.
He's pretty nice in the court.
Oh, man. All right. That went on a little longer than I expected.
A little bit.
You know, I honestly, when I wrote everything, I thought it was going to be like an hour. And then, you know, the recaps and everything made it a little longer.
Yeah.
But with that being said, that is our episode today. Thank you to anyone that came out. Once again, this is our first episode on YouTube.
Thank you, YouTube.
Yeah, first episode on YouTube. The whole gang's not here. Cam will be back next week. We are not here on Thursday. So our next episode will be on Tuesday. Recapping again. And, you know, it's the beginning of a journey, but I think it's going to be a good journey. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully we can get people, you know, to follow and join in and everything like that.
Hit that subscribe button.
If you like what you hear, please hit that subscribe button. It would mean the world to us. Every subscriber, we will.
It's free.
Love. It is free, and we will love you.
It's free.
What they say? Click the like button. Hit that bell notification.
Do everything. I swear, we will shower you in love. And
We'll learn.
Talk.
We'll learn that saying. Don't worry.
Yeah. We'll learn all this. It's still new. It's still new. You know what I'm saying?
Our first foray. It's our first foray. You know.
Yep. Alrighty. With that being said, I am Ryan. Thank you again to the homies, Jordan and Bryant. I appreciate you boys so much. That being said, we'll catch you next week. See ya!
Later.